Are you facing challenges in your health? Then Dr. Suleiman Clinic and Labs is here to provide you with the lasting solutions to your health problems. Dr. Suleiman Clinic and Labs is specialized and offers consulting in psychiatry, internal medicine, cardiology, urology, dermatology, gynecology, infectious diseases, and infertility. At Dr. Suleiman Clinic and Labs, we offer 3D/4D scan at just 5,000 francs, emergency ambulance, free ultrasound scan, and free medical consultations. Our staff is composed of well-trained doctors with good laboratory and best equipment. We are located in 2 cities, Boya at Mile 18 Bolifamba, and in Douala, we are located at Entre Pilot. You can reach us through the telephone number 694-940-172. Your health is at the right place with Dr. Suleiman.
We're going to be talking about something that is very interesting this time. But before we do that, let me take 5 minutes because I got a lot of messages. And before we start, I want to thank you for your support and appreciation. I really appreciate your appreciation. Thank you very much for all the nice messages out there and the thank you messages that I got. I really appreciate it. Now, let's talk about I got few questions actually repeating the same thing. What do you mean by spiritually induced? We don't understand what does that mean, spiritually induced. Listen, the whole idea of this show is to give you tips and give you heads up on what you should look for and give you health concerning your, health advices, and also whether that is mental, spiritual, or medical. This is what we are doing in this show, and this is our main focus. So let me explain to you what spiritually induced means. Some of us experience sexual vivid dreams. It looks so real, whether males or females. If you are male, you wake up in the morning with ejaculation because you had sexual dream that looks so real. Now, the ejaculation that we have is actually induced by the vivid sexual dream that you had. But if you think about it, was nobody there with you in the bed? No, you were alone. Or as a female, you also were alone. You also have a result of the sexual, the vivid sexual dream that you had. So you had a result, ejaculation or a wet vagina in case of a female, right? So this is induced. Induced by what? By the vivid sexual dream that you had. Yet was nobody there, right? So this is a result. This is a physical result that we have in our hand, right? But was no physical body there. You have not had an intercourse with a physical person, with a human being. Was nobody there. Yet you have a result. So this is spiritually induced. By the same token, we have a spiritually induced psychosis. By the same token, we have a spiritually induced epilepsy. By the same token, we have a spiritually induced mental or physical disease. This is not to say that everything out there is spiritual. No. Let me tell you the story of spiritual so you can have basic understanding. When God created human from Adam, we were created from mud. Adam was created from mud. You can touch mud. You can feel mud, right, in your hand. That's a physical something. You touch it, you feel it. Other entities were created from fire. Can you touch fire? You cannot touch it. Another entity were created from light. Can you touch light? You cannot. It's not physical, something that you can touch and hold. But mud, you can touch and hold. What does that mean? The human race is created from a dense material, high density material. Other entities are created from very light, dense material. It's not too dense. You cannot feel it. The more density we have, the more physical we can get, we can touch, we can feel. You understand? So this is something that you feel in your hand. So what does that mean? It basically means that these other entities are shapeless and weightless. They are like energy, basically. You cannot feel them. You cannot feel their presence. You cannot touch their presence. So don't come and tell me, I left money on the table yesterday, and God, wow, we have some spirits that took away the money. Because they don't have this capacity. This is just energy. So I don't want you to be delusional out there. Delusional meaning false belief. You believe something that is not real. No. Let me tell you something else. The human race is far more superior to other entities. This is what God said. Because he has ordered other entity to bow for Adam. So but that means this human race is far more superior to other entities. Or at least we know that God loves us the most. That's why he ordered other entity to bow for us. So don't be afraid of them, because you are more superior to them. You are far more superior to them. So do not be delusional and do not believe something that is not real. I'm not saying they don't exist. They exist, but they will only harm you on one of two conditions. You invite them yourself by things you do, or somebody send them to you, which in Africa we know as witchcraft. That is the only two means. Otherwise, you are protected by God from birth. And the closer you come to God, the more you are protected. It doesn't mean if I'm too close to God, I don't get it. No, I get it. But there are means to get rid of it. And not everything out there is spiritual. Like I get another question, very interesting. Can spirits cause a positive pregnancy test in a woman? The answer is absolutely no. Because only if you have sex with an opposite sex, and then you meet the ovulation time, and the egg in the female get fertilized, you have a zygote. And this is, by the way, the subject of our talk this evening. To spiritually induce something cannot cause positive pregnancy test where beta HCG is positive, and you test it at home and you tell me, oh, I was pregnancy positive because I think it's spirits. It's not spiritual. When human have sex with a human, this is the only way we can have a positive pregnancy test. What about those vivid sexual dreams? Can they cause positive pregnancy test? The answer is no. The answer is no. So that means they're not real? No, they are real. But we're talking about two different things. We're talking about a body, a human being, and we're talking about another entity. So positive pregnancy test can only happen if you have sex with another human. Can I see something on ultrasound if it's spiritual? The answer is no. Then we need a spiritual ultrasound to do that. But only we're talking about human. When you have sex with the opposite sex, and the egg get fertilized, then the egg move through the reproductive system of the female, and beta HCG is secreted into the blood. This is when we can say the pregnancy test is positive and is only human involved. So we cannot blame it on somebody else. Now, we're going to start the session today. I think that answered most of the questions that I have got, and I didn't get time. Anyway, if you have a question out there, my WhatsApp is there, 694-94-0172.